All right, let's break down what just happened in Washington, D.C. If you've been scrolling the news, you've probably seen the headlines. President Trump, in August 2025, announced a federal takeover of the D.C. police and sent in 800 National Guard troops. Sounds dramatic, right? So here's the inside story. On August 12th, Trump declared what he called a historic action to, in his words, rescue the Capitol from crime, bloodshed, bedlam, and squalor. He's invoking Section 740 of the District of Columbia Home Rule Act of 1973. Now, this law gives the president the power to take control of D.C.'s police for 30 days if there's an emergency. He just has to tell Congress. Trump says the emergency is a violent crime wave and he wants to go beyond the first 48 hours. What triggered all this? On August 3rd, there was an assault on Edward Korestein, a 19-year-old ex-staffer for the Department of Government Efficiency. Yeah, that's actually a real agency. Trump jumped on social media saying if D.C. didn't get its act together, he'd take federal control. Fast forward, and that's exactly what he's doing. Now, let's talk about the troops. 800 National Guard soldiers are being deployed. At any given time, only about 100 to 200 will be out supporting law enforcement. Here's the technical part. They're operating under Title 32 status. That means the federal government pays, but the local authorities still call the shots. It's a workaround so the military can help out without violating laws that keep them out of regular policing, like the Posse Comitatus Act. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth said the Guard would be in town soon, and get this, while they won't be openly carrying rifles, those weapons will be nearby, just in case. And it's not just about crime. The troops will also help clear homeless encampments. That's got a lot of people talking for sure. But here's where things get complicated, because the numbers don't all add up. D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser is pushing back hard. She says, flat out, nothing about our organizational chart has changed. In other words, she's telling people I'm still in charge. Bowser also argues that violent crime in D.C. is actually way down. After a spike in 2023, the city's homicide rate is down 12%, and assaults with a dangerous weapon are down 20% compared to last year. The Department of Justice even reported a 35% drop in D.C. violent crime from 2023 to 2024. There are some claims the city's data isn't fully transparent, but Bowser is standing by those stats. During the federal takeover, U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi will be overseeing the D.C. police. So why does this all matter? The Home Rule Act of 1973 gave D.C. the right to elect its own leaders, but it also left this backdoor for the president to step in. Trump actually threatened to use this power back in 2020 during the George Floyd protests, but never pulled the trigger, until now. This is a big deal for D.C.'s autonomy, but also for the rest of the country. It's a rare moment where local and federal power collide right in the heart of American government. So, is this about public safety or about flexing political muscle? That's the real debate. And, as always, the real story is somewhere in the details. If you want to stay ahead of the headlines, hit subscribe, and let's keep making sense of the chaos together.